Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the We Love You Arsenal YouTube channel. Uh, it is a pleasure to be in front of you. We had a little weekend off, but we're back with the transfer show for this week. Um, and yeah, follow us on all the socials. The links will be in the description and that. We're going to get straight into it because why not? It's not been the most hectic of sort of last few days in terms of rumours circulating about Arsenal. Obviously, the Champions League final happened. But there's a few things we can talk about. One rumor that sort of sprung out of nowhere in the last sort of week or so is Alexander Zinchenko to Arsenal from Manchester City. I'm going to caveat before we start talking about the player and the potential transfer. For me, it does feel very much like a sort of fabricated rumor based on the fact that Arteta worked with him at Manchester City. Arsenal may need a sort of fullback. They may need more cover in central midfield. I haven't seen any reputable sources reporting it. And the fact that it looks like City are looking for a left back, so his place in the squad may be at threat. Um, yeah, Rob, what do you think first of all about the links and then about the player and then how he potentially fit in at Arsenal and if we need him?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's one of those sort of convenient transfer stories. Of course, Arteta will be a fan of this player. You know, he's a player that Guardiola is a big fan of, has been for a long time, has always talked up his ability to play in a number of positions, has been given opportunities in the middle of the park for Manchester City, even if they have been infrequent. And of course, he can also play left back, and I guess that's sort of perfect for Arsenal because we already have a backup left back in Nuno Tavares, regardless of what you think about him. So, you know, a player like Zinchenko would be what to Arteta what James Milner is to Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool. I think it's just people putting two and two together and thinking, oh, he would be a really convenient player for Arsenal to have. As you say, not many sort of top tier sources have been talking about it as a realistic option. But you know, the idea of it, I think, is a good one. He is a two-footed player, like relatively so, and as we know, left back has been a problem area for us for a long time. As I say, don't know what people think about Nuno, but you know, some people don't trust him. It appears Arteta doesn't completely trust him. So it sort of seems to me that this would be sort of that, sort of like when we play Shaka at left back, it's that other plan that we can sort of fall back on. But for me, that just makes it very strange because that's sort of what he is at Manchester City already. And people are saying, oh, well, he's going to be given sort of assurances at Arsenal that he'll be more than that. But I just don't really see how we can offer him more than that. He's not a better left back than Kieran Tierney, and he's not a better central midfielder than Granit Xhaka, where I'm guessing that he'd be asked to operate in certain games. So I think he'd just be another squad option for us. And I'm not sure why you trade being a squad option at City to being a squad option at Arsenal.
Yeah, I think I would agree with the fact that I'm not sure where he fits in. I do think if we committed to making him a midfielder, um, there is real potential there. Like I think he is good, and he obviously plays there for Ukraine. He has a very important game against Scotland, I think tomorrow. Um, I think he could be quite a good, effective left eight um, in the Arteta system. It's whether, as you said, he would swap that role. He's not guaranteed that that will be his role. I think we're signing probably Yuri Tielemans, as we've said previously. It's just whether or not he would swap Man City for that role in our squad. Having said that, as I said earlier, it does. City have been linked with a number of left backs, so potentially he doesn't see a future there. Maybe he wants a new challenge. He's won plenty of Premier League titles already, so who knows? I do think we need potentially one more after Tielemans in central midfield. I think if we're looking at the depth, this is going to be a topic of discussion on one of our squad building episodes, which we're going to do soon. Hopefully, a bit more edited, sort of detailed video. But yeah, I don't know. How do you feel about him potentially coming in and us investing in him as a sort of long term central midfield option?
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea at all. You don't play for Pep Guardiola in that elite footballing system that they have at Manchester City if you're not a very good technical footballer. And it's not like sort of, I don't know, lots of people talk up Trent as a central midfielder, and I think that's a very different case because Trent never plays in midfield, and whenever he has, it's been experimented at national level with England. It just hasn't worked. Whereas Zinchenko does have experience in midfield. It's probably the position he and himself wants to play. And as you say, we could sort of do with that extra body in the middle of the park so that we don't really have to rely on Mohamed El Neni. And this would sort of be killing two birds with one stone because it would also add a lot of cover at fullback. So yeah, I think it would be, as I say, I think it's a signing which makes complete sense. You know, I've talked about the working relationship already. I think he'd be a really, really good player for Mikel Arteta to have at his disposal. And I think Mikel Arteta would be more than happy to take him on at Arsenal. I also don't think he'd cost too much. But I think it's all to do with whether the interest from Arsenal is genuine and whether we'd want to push for this. And as you say, whether Mikel Arteta also sees him sort of as a long-term eight, because I think that would be the only way that he could be persuaded to join Arsenal if Arteta sat him down and said, okay, Granit Xhaka is our current eight. Yuri Tielemans might be coming in, or another midfielder. And but I actually think that you can also play that role sporadically and in the future take it. I think that's the only reason he would do that, because I don't think that pathway is there for him at Manchester City.
Yeah, I think he would certainly be attracted to a proposition of being able to play that left eight role. I think that's probably where he sees himself. Um, but as I said right at the start, I don't quite view. I don't think he necessarily. I don't think this rumor has much validity behind it. I just don't see it happening. I don't think it's going to be one that happens. But it's worth a talk about because there have been rumors, and who knows, maybe in a week or so, some reputable journalist, David Ornstein, James Benge comes out, and Chris Wheatley comes out, and there is some truth behind it. Who knows? We'll leave it at that for this transfer video. Again, as I said at the start, look at the links below and that. And yeah, change of scenery. I don't know if you've noticed, any of you. I'm back in London, but not that you care. But yeah, Rob, um, any final parting words?
No, I think I'll just add on to what you said, that I think it's a rumor that has sort of been conveniently conjured up by journalists when there's a slow news day. I don't doubt, as I said, that Arteta rates the player, but yeah, I don't see this one happening personally. But thanks for tuning in, everyone, again, and make sure to watch out for the next few videos.
Yeah, see you later.